A contractor I worked with ran his business on 14 spreadsheets, one for scheduling, one for estimates, one for receipts, one for time. That's 14 files, and none of them talk to each other. So every Friday night, he spent 3 hours copying numbers between them just to figure out where he stood. I spent years running a 150-person retail operation across 7 states, $24 million a year in revenue. And here's what those years taught me. When your tools do not talk to each other, you are not really running the business. You become the wire running between every tool, and you spend your nights stitching the pieces together by hand. If you've ever felt like running your company means typing the same number into 5 different places, this video is for you. The problem usually is not that you're disorganized, it's that nothing you use is connected. I'm going to show you how to fix that. Now let me show you what this looks like because I bet it feels familiar. Almost every growing contractor builds this without meaning to. You start with one spreadsheet for estimates, then you add one for scheduling, one for receipts, one for time cards, one for job costs, and one for the customer list. Before long, you're running your whole business out of 10 separate files. Here's the trap. None of those files know about each other. You win a job in an estimate file, but the scheduling file has no idea. Your crew logs hours in the time file, but the job cost file doesn't move. A receipt lands in the receipt file, and the profit on that job still looks the same as it did yesterday. So every change you make has to be retyped somewhere else by hand. And the only way to see the whole picture is to sit down, usually on a Friday night, and put it together yourself. That contractor I mentioned earlier spent 3 hours a week doing exactly that. Over a year, 3 hours a week adds up to 156 hours. That's almost a full month of nights gone, just moving numbers between the files. I built a free tool that puts a real number on this for your own business. You rate how you handle the 8 parts of your operation, and it shows you how many hours a week you might be losing to manual work. The link is in the description. So why does this keep happening and what fixes it? The fix is one idea, and it's simpler than it sounds. It's called a connected system. A disconnected system is what we just looked at. All the files, each holding a single piece of the truth, and a person is the only thing linking them. You are the wire running between every box, and every hour you spend being that wire is an hour you are not selling work, running your crew, or going home. A connected system flips that. You enter something once, and every part of the business that needs it already has it. Picture it on a real job. You create the job once. From that moment, the schedule knows about it, the time cards know about it, the receipts know about it, the photos know about it, and the report that tells you if you're actually making money knows about it the second anything changes. Nobody retypes a thing. There is one version of the truth, and it is always current. Now here's the part nobody likes to talk about. A connected system only works if the information gets captured. The receipts, the hours, the changes to the scope, the progress on the job, that part is on us, the owners, and the crews we lead. No software and no bookkeeper can give you an accurate job cost while the receipt is still sitting in somebody's truck. But when you make that capture easy, right in the field, you get something most contractors never have. You get to make decisions from real numbers instead of guesses. You get to price the next job from what the last job actually cost, and you get your Friday nights back. So let me show you what a connected system looks like when it's running. I'm going to use our software, Best Decision Project Tools, but watch the idea, not the buttons. This works no matter what you use. Here's the whole concept on one screen. In the middle is the job. Around it are 6 things every contractor should track: the schedule, the time, the receipts, the photos, the estimate, and the money. In a spreadsheet world, that could be 6 separate files. In a connected system, they are 6 views of the same job. Let me show you live. All right, now I'm gonna start a real job. This is the Uckerful kitchen remodel. I created it one time right here, and I am never gonna have to type this job name again. Next, scheduling. I dropped the kitchen remodel onto the schedule, and I put my lead, Marcus, on it. Notice I did not retype the customer or the address. It already knows them because the job is already built. Now in the field, my crew opens this on their phone, they choose the job, and they clock in. We're not worried about timesheets or spreadsheets. They just tap the job to clock in. So far, they've logged 40 hours, and every one of those has already been attached to the job. Money going out works the same way. My guy buys materials, he takes a photo, he's already clocked into the Okafo job, so he simply gives a recording, what the receipt is for, and that information's transcribed and makes its way to the admin side for your bookkeeper. The progress photos, the same thing. The crew shoots the kitchen and the photos upload themselves to the job. If the customer ever asks what they paid for, or if you have a problem, it's all right here. And the estimate itself, I built this one by talking. I described the work out loud and it turned my words into priced line items. The contract came to $24,000, and right here, it shows my planned margin is 40% before I even send it. Margin is just what's left after the cost of doing the work, and 40% is healthy, so I know that this one is worth taking. Now here's the payoff. This is the dashboard. Everything I just did, the schedule, the 40 hours, the $2,800 receipts, the photos, the $2,400 estimate, all of it is sitting right here on this one job. Added up with zero copying. I didn't reconcile anything. There's no Friday nights. The system did the stitching because it was the same job the whole time. If you want to see the exact 4 spreadsheets a connected system replaces on day 1, walked through one by one, I shot a short follow-up. The link is in the description. Now, what if you're not ready for software yet? You can still do better than the 14 separate files. The next best thing is a single master spreadsheet with tabs that at least pulls your scheduling, time, receipts, and job costs into one workbook. Going from 14 files down to 1 is a real improvement. But be honest about what it still cannot do. You are still the one typing every number in. It does not update when your crew is in the field. It cannot take a receipt photo or catch a clock in. And the minute 2 people open it, you're back to the versions that don't match. A master spreadsheet shortens Friday night. A connected system removes it. If that walkthrough made something click, hit the like button. It helps another contractor who is buried in spreadsheets find this video. So whatever you're running right now, here is how you start closing the gap in 3 steps. First, give every job a single home. One place where the job name, the customer, and the address live. Everything else should point back to that instead of repeating it. Second, capture in the field, not at the desk. The receipts gets logged when it gets handed over, the hours when they're worked, and the photo when it's taken. Capturing at the desk on Friday is exactly where the hours and the accuracy both disappear. Third, replace the Friday reconciliation with a single connected view you check once a week. If you cannot see scheduling, time, costs, and profit in one place, that is the next gap to close. And if you want to see what your current setup is actually costing you, that free tool that I mentioned is where to start. It's called the Operations Efficiency Score. You rate how you handle 8 parts of your business, the scheduling, time, receipts, estimating, and the rest on a simple 1 to 5 scale. It adds up the hours a week you are losing to manual work and shows you what that is worth over the course of a year. It just takes 2 minutes, and the link is in the description. Here's my question for you. How many spreadsheets are you running your business from right now? Drop that number in the comments. I read them, and I promise you, you are not the only one with a number that high. And a quick thing before I wrap up. If this is the kind of breakdown that you want more of, hit subscribe. Coming up, I'm getting into the real price tag of business software and why it is almost never the number on the invoice. And everything I just showed you on the screen, the same job with the schedule, the hours, the receipts, and the photos, and the dashboard all connected, that is Best Decision Project Tools. It's built for contractors who are tired of being the wire between that stack of files. One connected system, in the field on the phone, or at your desk in the office. So if you do one thing after this, run the Operations Efficiency Score. Give it the 2 minutes and your real numbers, and you'll see a clear picture of what all that manual work is actually costing you. That link is in the description. And once your business is running on one connected system instead of a stack of spreadsheets, a new question hits you fast. What does that software actually cost? Because the real price tag of business software is rarely the number you actually pay for it. That's exactly what I'm breaking down next time. Watch this video right here. I'll see you in that one.